Hey guys, it's me. It's Monday, April 15th, 2013, about 7 p.m. And I just got back into my room from dinner, which means I have officially completed day one of 14 at Biggest Loser Resort. Oh my gosh, is all I have to say. Incredibly brutal, but at the same time, incredibly wonderful, if that makes sense. It wouldn't have made sense to me 2 days ago. But this morning started off with a 6 o'clock report to the gym where we learned to use all of the equipment. And then at 7, we had breakfast. And at 8, we began our 2 hour hike uphill. Not just uphill a little bit, uphill extremely, extremely uphill. So, it Woo, boy. So the goal of the hike today was a baseline hike to see how far you could hike around a half-mile loop in 1 hour. And they wanted to do that to kind of separate you into separate groups based on your athletic abilities so that when you do your hikes, you're going at the pace that pushes you but is not too much for what your body can handle. For example, me, I've never hiked a day in my life before today, ever, and never had the desire. I was not looking forward to the hike. It was the thing that I was most annoyed that I had to do. And when we began the hike, there was two trails. There was a blue trail and a red trail. And the blue trail was the harder trail as far as terrain. They were both uphill. They both were the same distance, but the blue trail was brutal in the fact that it was a walking trail that had, tree roots and bark and mud and all kinds of things on it. And for me, that rough terrain is extremely difficult because I've had a bone removed from my foot and I don't have great footing and I do kind of walk. Let's see. My one of my feet kind of turns out like this. So I kind of I'm weird. Um anyway, it's really tough for me to get my footing. They did say they wanted everyone to hike or attempt to hike the Blue Trail first. We don't have to do anything we don't want to do. But they wanted us to at least attempt it for the first lap. So I attempted it the first lap. I don't know how I ever made it up that hill. A lot of slipping, a lot of praying. I just kept telling myself, just make it through this lap. You make it through this lap, you're good. You've seen what there is to see. You've done it once, you can do it again. So I made it through the first lap and then I decided, okay, I'll go for a second lap on the same trail. So I did that. So I made it 2 miles on the blue trail, which was the hard trail, and then I made it not 2 miles, sorry, 2 laps on the blue trail. So a mile. And then I made it, oh darn, I didn't turn my phone off. There we go. Um, and then I made it another 2 laps on the pavement. And the pavement route kind of circled up and around the lake, and it was so beautiful. I probably could have walked a little bit faster. I wasn't really holding back. I was pushing myself up those hills, but I did take time to, look over and breathe and be like, wow, this place is beautiful. I did not stop, not one time. My main goal was you keep putting one foot in front of the other. It doesn't matter how fast you're going, as long as you're pushing yourself to your limit. This is your journey because I am very bad about comparing myself to others. My body image, um, just my personality, as far as usually I'm not very outgoing. I'm kind of shy and reserved in the beginning. Um, and I do compare myself to others. Oh, I wish I could be like that, or I wish I could be like this. I wish I could have done that as fast as her. Why can't I just be like this? And one of my the things I need to work on while I'm here, and it is a big reason why I'm here, is I have to find myself. I need to learn, who is Brianna, what is Brianna about, and not worry about comparing myself to everyone else. That's just, it's not something that is beneficial to me anymore. I never was, but it's not beneficial. So I kept on putting one foot in front of the other. There were times where I was so tempted to stop and just take a breath because I was so out of breath, it just burned. But I didn't. I had my iPod in. I just kept on pushing. Okay, if you can make it through this song, you're good. And then on the way up the hill, if you can make it through the next 2 seconds, you're good. And I did 4 laps in just under an hour. They stop you on your last lap if it's going to hit an hour while you're doing it. And I was put into a group that was just where I needed it to be. And we did walk on pavement. So we finished that hour of hiking, and then immediately after they split us into groups, and we did another hour of hiking. Yay! That was tough, but I'm not gonna say it wasn't as tough to me as doing the first hour, because once I made it through the first hour, I felt this incredible surge of relief and empowerment that, oh my gosh, I can do something. I can push myself and achieve it. And in the past, it would be, oh gosh, I can't do this, and I'm done. That's it. All or nothing. Can't do it. Done. And today, well, actually, before I came here, I told myself the words I can't will not come out of my mouth. If I have to modify something to, fit my fitness level as far as, my foot goes or just anything, then I'll do that. But I will always participate. I'm not going to sit there and say, I can't do that because I have a bum foot. No. Is there a modification that can be done so that I'm not putting so much pressure on my foot when I do this particular move? As long as I'm moving, that's what I keep telling myself. This is my personal journey. It doesn't matter if you're first or last, because it's not, about everyone else. It's about you. That's a huge accomplishment for me. It blows me away, the strength that I've pulled out of myself today. It was the hardest thing I have ever done in my entire life physically by 5,000 miles. I've never sweated so much in my entire life as I had to have today. I was soaked in sweat, like completely soaked, like I had jumped into a swimming pool pretty much. I wouldn't say wringing wet, but I was soaked. And, I had to get over that part of, oh, I don't sweat. I once I would break a sweat in the past, I'd get uncomfortable, and I had to break out of that comfort zone of I've got to stay comfortable all the time. Now it's about how uncomfortable can you make yourself in order to be where you need to be in your life. So that was the first part of the day. And I thought that was the hardest part of the day, and I was so wrong. We had a snack and did a lecture on, basically they just talk about good fats, bad fats, proteins, what are calories, stuff like that. And we did a lecture for a little while, and then we had lunch, and then after lunch, all hell broke loose. We had circuit training, and I've never done circuit training before, but I thought, oh, this is going to be fun. We get to try out all the different machines. No, not fun. Least favorite workout ever on the planet. I can't imagine myself ever liking it. We did, it was between cardio and strength training. So what we did was we each had a station with a number on it, and we basically went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even numbers were cardio, odd numbers were strength training equipment, so we'd go back and forth. We did 2 minutes at 100%, which means you're pushing yourself to your absolute limit. You cannot go any faster or push any harder, and you feel like you are going to die. 2 minutes. Longest 2 minutes of your entire life, when you feel like you literally have are having like an out of body experience with this. I mean, your legs hurt. My legs hurt. Um, but we do 2 minutes of the cardio and then jump off, run across the room to our next station and strength training and do 45 seconds of 100%. You're killing yourself. There's no going back. You can do anything for 45 seconds. So we did that, did 45 seconds, took a 20-second break, did another 45 seconds. We did this continually for 1 hour, which means my heart rate was up. I don't even think I had a heartbeat. It was beating so fast. Probably just like a bzzz. But anyway, after that class was snack, and I was so nauseous. I could not eat snack. I took snack because I'm told you eat everything they put in front of you. They know what they're doing. They know what your calorie intake needs to be. And whether you eat it now or you eat it later, you eat it. Period. So I took my snack, which was carrots with a tablespoon of peanut butter and about 10 almonds, and perfect little snack. Took that and saved it. And then I went to my core class, which was working on abs and your core, your abs, your back, your glutes. Oh, glutes. That kind of stuff. That was an entire hour as well. And we did sets of 20 of about 7 different exercises. So we started, would do a set of 20 of one exercise. Then we'd stop and do a set of 20 of another exercise. Then we'd do both of those two, 20 of each, rapidly. So there was no break in between. So we were doing 40 reps of 2 exercises at once. And we did that until we had, I think it was actually 8 exercises. And then at the very end, they dropped the bombshell when you feel like you're going to collapse. I mean, I had sweat dripping off of my nose onto the mat, and my arms, like I'm on my arms right here, are slipping like on the mat. I'm like, I can't even stay up to do these exercises because I am slipping. So it was bad. My eyes started burning really bad, and it took me a while to realize, hey, your sweat has salt in it, and the salt is burning your eyes. I know that sweat has salt in it, but I've never sweated enough to have the salt burn my eyes, so that was a new experience. But you did that, and then at the very end, you did all 8 nonstop, 20 reps of each. Just that right there is 160 reps. Holy crap. I just did that math. And so we probably did altogether, I would say 300 to 400 reps of these ab, back, and glute exercises. I'm so sore. Everything from my earlobes down, I can't extend my arms. It's like jello. It's painful, but I did it. I mean, I did it. Once we got through core, we did a 15-20 minute stretching class, which felt so amazing after the day that we had. I mean, they put on this nice music, and I was just like, oh, falling asleep. So I'm getting ready to hop in the shower, and then I have a foot detox tonight, which from my understanding it's a spa treatment, but my understanding of it so far is it kind of detoxes your feet, and then they look at like the different types of oils, and I don't know if it's the colors or what they look at, and they can tell you a ton about your body just by looking at these oils that come from your feet. I know a lot of people probably think, oh, I don't believe in that. I did go to skincare school, and I'm an esthetician, so I do believe in that. 100% believe your skin tells a story about you, your body tells a story about you, and we have to listen to that. And I've long wondered if I have maybe a gluten intolerance or a dairy intolerance. We've been mostly gluten and dairy free the whole time here, and my stomach has not been upset. period. I have digestive issues. I'm sure they're going to pull a lot of that out tonight as far as knowing where that stems from. That's why I'm doing this. So I can't wait to update you guys on that. Whew. As for the rest of the night, after we finished, let me think. After we finished the core class, we had another lecture for an hour, and then we had dinner. And then we're free for the rest of the night, which means we can go to the pool, the spa, go sit in the sauna. We can go to the bonfire that's lit every night, or we can go back to our rooms like I did and feel like you're going to collapse. Myself, I'm going to jump in the shower and then go to my foot detox, and then I am hitting the hay because I don't know that I've ever been this exhausted. If you can't tell, my eyes are like half shut right now. I honestly thought this video was going to be like 20 seconds long because I'm so tired, but oh, let me tell you my stats from my Fitbit today. And it actually right now came up and said, "You rock, Brianna." Let's see. For steps, I'll start by saying I was at 10,000 steps by 10 a.m. today. I've never, ever, on my best day, I've been at 5,000. That's how sedentary a lifestyle that I live, which is so sad. But I've always wondered, how do people even make it to 10,000 steps? I mean, that's forever for me. You know, that's 2 days of walking at the, the pace that I'm used to, which is really quite no pace. But as for steps, I reached today, it's amazing, 18,898 steps. I climbed the equivalent of 63 flights of stairs. And what that is it's taking the height that I went with the hill climbs, and it's saying, okay, you've climbed the equivalent of 63 flights of stairs today. Unbelievable. 8.01 miles and a total calorie burn of 3,182. Baboosh. Love it. I'm so excited I brought my Fitbit, and I don't want to say I'm ready for tomorrow because I'm so not ready for tomorrow. I can't wait to see my progress. I paid attention a lot during circuit training today at where my limits were for the beginning. So my goal tomorrow is do just a little bit more. And then the next day, do a little bit more. And at the end of 2 weeks, I can't wait to see. I cannot wait to see the results. So I hope you guys are having a good night. I am going to shower and hit the sack. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.